Hi, my name is Caden, and this is my new channel, Caden's Life Adventure. It's been an interesting week. I got an excuse. Well, this is what happened. I was doing my HCG on the third day. The third day I was down about 5 pounds or so from after I don't count the load weight. I just forgot to redo it, but I was down about 5 pounds. And I had my bottle of HCG. I have the pellets in. Maybe, Jeff, you should start this video after you're done with your pellets so you don't look like a fool. More than a fool than what you already are. Anyway, yes, I got a pellet loose. So hold on, let me squash it again. I had the bottle of pellets in my pocket, and I went around a corner, and I hit the corner, and it shattered in my pocket. I guess I could have fished out the pellets, but I decided not to. I'm kind of neurotic sometimes with germs. So I threw them away, and I had to order some new ones. So this is my, I didn't load, but this is my third day back on them. However, this is going to be considered my first VLCD. So we're starting over. You know, watching a lot of people, and a lot of the old people are either done or maintaining, or some other factors have gotten into what's going on. And you know, there is going to be a certain percentage of the population who this isn't right for the HCG, where their body isn't really responding to it, or there's some other processes in their internal life, whether it be their internal physiology or their external relationship issue. And you know, there's a lot of good people out there that, you know, just had the stress in the world with them, where you know, they're only losing a few pounds in 60 days on the HCG. And you know, there's some weeks where it's just like, whew, man, is this 500 calories a day? I'm right around 650-ish calories a day. Is it really worth it? You know, that's a hard thing to swallow. It's so easy to be on this diet when you're losing 5-10 pounds a week. It is the easiest diet in the world when the results are like that. You know, before you start talking about a diet, before you start telling what is good foods, bad foods, what's going to be your exercise program, you know, everything. If weight has always been an issue with you, and diets, you know, the diets work, and you know, there's so many different. Oh God, there's so many different things out there. Diets put your body into a starvation mode. So if you need to be eating healthily and maybe getting a little bit of exercise also, because what happens is when you restrict your diet, there's two things coming on. You may not be getting all the nutritional value out. Well, there's several things. You may not be getting the nutritional value out of the food that you're taking during your diet, so your body goes into a starvation mode. Your body is saying, hey, you are not giving me all the nutrients that needs to go, so I'm going to make you feel hungrier than what you are. That's what basically diets do. So if you're not getting the nutritional value, or if you're just not getting the calories needed for you to burn the calories that you need for the day, your body is going to say, hey, you know, dude, eat some food. And what it does is your body's going to say, eat some food, and you may overeat. And what happens when you overeat, when your body's in starvation mode? It's saying, hey, I know this body is in overdrive. It's not getting enough food, so all the excess food, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be packing that fat into those fat cells, and we'll just go from there. So knowing that your body is in the starvation mode you can kind of alleviate what's going on. You can't be on a diet your entire life. There's certain aspects of the entire process. Well, the HCG is good in certain facts. It gets your body going down on the downward plane. It makes your psyche a little bit better than what it is. Hey, I tell you, man, the HCG, when it came back into my life now 6-7 months ago, wow, man, I was just starting to buy Quad X shirts. Quad X shirts. £10 ago, I was this close to getting into a double X shirt. This HCG diet, when it works for you, works really well. It gets your mind going in the right direction. But after that, are you an emotional beast? I've talked about that in the past. Probably not going to get into this video, but is your mindset emotional beast? Is there other emotional factors that make it safe for you to be fat? So, if it isn't physical, let me back up. If you have been in a diet before and it has worked and you gained that weight and more, you may want to start looking at a physical aspect of it. If you are on a diet and the diets have never really taken off a lot, you may be looking at a little bit of emotional kind of issues also. I've been trying to follow Heavy Dobby. I haven't looked for a while, but I don't think she has posted anything recently. And at that point, she has put out on YouTube that she was seeking more of the emotional outlook in what we're doing. And I know W2 has also gone down that avenue, and other people have gone down that avenue. I've also gone down that avenue. What in my life makes my body or makes my psyche feel safer when I'm fat? I'm still working out those little kinks. You know, when I do go to P3, P4, I may have, especially in P4, I may have too much carbohydrates. You know, is your body allergic to certain foods? That will also make inflammation happen within your body. Are you a little bit diabetic? Do you have insulin-resistant fat cells? You know, when you're dealing with, insulin is it's a pretty destructive hormone in a lot of fashions. But you also need it too. It's kind of like those good, bad kind of things, where it needs to be happening in your body. And just to give it a little bit of, if you have insulin-resistant fat cells, there's several things that happens. And this is just for information only. This isn't any medical advice. So just take anything that I say as a grain of salt, confirm it in other areas, and go from there. I can tell you things about certain physiology, certain emotional aspects to it. But until you basically teach somebody else, again, my entire point is teaching you to teach myself. You need to teach yourself also by not just taking my word for it. Go investigate a little bit about it from a position of strength. The greatest obstacle to discovery isn't ignorance, but the illusion of knowledge. So what you think you know about a certain topic will prevent you from learning new things. All right? But anyway, with this insulin, it's kind of like a snowball cumulative effect. If you have insulin-resistant fat cells, well, there's two things going on. You got to think of your fat cells that are little storage tanks, little gas tanks for you throughout the day. So during the period where your body isn't putting food into your system, the insulin will send a signal to the fat cells saying, hey, we're kind of like hurting for food right here. I want you to start losing the fat cells, releasing the fat in your fat cells. Well, During the insulin resistance, it's not going to be letting up. Your fat cells are just saying, it's not going to pass the cell membrane. So what does that do? Your body goes into starvation mode. Your body is saying, hey, I've already told the fat cells to release the fat. I don't see it happening in the bloodstream. So guess what? I'm going to make you hungry. So you start eating food. So the perfect example is this. And this is just symptomatic. It's not a medical fact. This is just an anecdotal evidence. You know, when you're eating the corn chips, the Doritos, the breads, the pastas, the rice, and you kind of think that you feel full, but 60 minutes later, you're craving sugar, more food. That's kind of a symptom, in my estimation, that you may have some kind of a insulin-resistant things going on internally in your body. This journey with the weight loss issue, it's more than just having a restrictive diet. There's more to it. If it was just as simple as restricting your diet, going from a cheeseburger to a responsible salad, live foods, green foods, chicken, shrimp, whatever. If it was literally that easy, don't you think that there'd be a better success rate out there with people dieting? You got to trick your body. You got to use technology and what you know to trick your body in thinking that it's safe. That fat is no longer healthy anymore, and that being thin is safe. I've gone over dietary supplements, and being strict protocol, Dr. Simeon's protocol, it's not really prevalent. Omega-3 reduces inflammation, gives your fat cells the pliability where it is taking in and releasing the fat more at will, where your body is not putting yourself into a starvation mode. Omega-3 DHA, whether it be from fish oil or chia seeds or flaxseed, freshly ground flaxseed with no heat on it, is important. Calcium, magnesium is also a very important component to a lot of it. You know, is the bacteria culture in your stomach and intestines healthy where it can break down the foods that you're giving it? If it's not internally correct in here, your body is not going to be digesting the stuff that your body needs. And if it's, again, we're going back to this. You digest food. Your body's not getting a certain amount of nutrition. It's going to put your body into a starvation mode. And what it does is, you can be eating the cheeseburgers and you just keep on eating it. And let's just say that cheeseburger had lettuce and tomato on it, and the stuff in there that needs to be digested correctly, and you don't have it in here, well, you're just going to be eating more and more of the things, because your body is just like a gold mine, where if it's not getting the right amount of gold, it takes tons and tons of rock to get a few ounces of gold. Well, that's what the body is doing also when you're taking in all that food. Your body is looking for that nugget, and it's going to do it by sheer volume. So whether it is emotional, whether it is insulin resistance, whether it is nutrition, if it was simply restriction of diet, there would be a better success rate out there. Bye.